So, good morning, everyone. So, we'll be starting the session now. My name is Olawale Michael Juwon, and I'll be taking us on how to use Git and Github. So, let's get started. Now, these are the outline for the session. Firstly, we have introduction to source control, and we'll be talking about history and fundamental concepts behind source control. We'll be talking about something called centralized and distributed version control, and we'll be doing next to introduction to Git, and we'll talk about what is Git and basic Git concept and architecture, the way Git was built, the pattern and the mind it was built with. So we're going to Git concept, like the key concept, like how many people talk about committing my code, stashing it, merging it, forking it, something like that. Will be going in depth a little bit in that. So also we'll be talking about installing Git, like how we can install Git on our system. Maybe you're using Windows, you're using Debian, Ubuntu, any system. So, and the third one, we're talking about introduction to GitHub. So we talk about the GitHub, the basic GitHub concept, and GitHub in practice, digital version control, and we're talking about cloning a remote repo, fetching, pushing, and collaborating using Git and GitHub. Okay. So, I'll very gladly what is version control system. When we call something version control system, as the name implies, you can believe that version control system is something that can keep track of versions of something. You don't have the idea of that yet, but you know that version control system, when someone tells you that what's version control system, even if it's the first time you are hearing that, you can just imagine it to your mind that, okay, version control system is something that can keep versions of my stuff or anything. So in this aspect, it's a system that keeps records of the changes. Yeah, and it allows for collaborative development. What version control system is, when we are talking specifically about Git. Now, I know everyone here is a developer. Yeah, I guess so, and I believe so. When you are making your thing, let me say that you start a project today, you wanted to build a fintech application today, and when you started with the landing page of that project, and maybe you completed the header of that page, maybe the navigation, the home, like all those stuff that is normally on the landing page of website. And when you check through, when you are done with that today, you feel that like what I did today is okay, and you want to always shut down your system and close for the day, like you continue, you aim to continue tomorrow. So immediately you are done at that instant, why can't you have something that you can save your code, all the code that you've written that day, you can save it somewhere, and when you continue tomorrow, you can still save everything you did that day. So that's what version control did for us. Let me say now, the first time you did that, you do the header, you compare the header, and that header, maybe you make it a blue header or something like that. The next day, you just look at it that I don't like this blue header that I did first. Why can't I make it green header? And you change it the second day to a green header. And maybe let me say after next 2 weeks, and I'm like, I don't like this green header. Why can't I use that blue header? So you don't need to, if you want to do that, you have to rewrite the code you first wrote during the first day that you had a blue header. But what version control did for you is that, immediately you did the blue header that day and you saved it to Git. The second day you did a green header and you save it. The next week you want to go back to that blue header, you don't need to write that code again. So you can just go back to that code. I hope you understand. Okay. This class will not be just the talking like a podcast, I don't know. It will be interactive class. So I just have explained what version control is. What's the name, sir? Now, James, Mr. James, with what I just explained, can you tell us what version control is? to your own understanding. Okay.
So just like
this left is
maybe when you're opening the paper, say the work.
okay.
They want to
Okay. You can when you said when you are starting work, like you can save your work and go back to it, right? So let's give him a round of applause, please. Right. Okay. So as I said, partial control system is a system that helps you keep track of changes you are making to your project. The first day you did a blue header, and the second day you did a green header. The following week you said that the green header that I did is not okay. Let me go back to the blue header. So you don't need to write that code again and just go back to it. That was just a partial control system. So that's the main thing, that's the main objective of Gitlab. But there are other objectives also. Being a partial control system, it helps us to collaborate. Like it allows collaborative development. When you talk about collaborative development, it says that what's the name, Twitter? Your name? Okay, Damilola. I and Damilola were on a project. We want to build paystack, the next paystack. So we're like, let me do some pages while Damilola also do some pages. Maybe I want to do the about us page, sign up and login page, and Damilola wants to do like maybe the dashboard. So it's not ideal as you are a techie person that maybe I'm done with my own about us page. One project now. I'm done with my own about us page and maybe the sign up and login page. And he's done with the dashboard. You should now be using flash drive to exchange. No, it doesn't look cool. I mean now be using hard drive to exchange your code so you can have it in one place. So what partial control system also does is that as I'm working on the about us page, I'm working on the sign up and sign in page. She's also working on the dashboard. There's a way that partial control system make it easy that what she's doing, I can be seeing it. Like, okay, let's say what she has done today, I can see it. What I did today, she can also see it. So that's part of the advantages of partial control system. It's not only about keeping track of your changes, it helps you to collaborate well, like it's collaboration. So allows you to know who made what changes and when. Does anybody know about HMG here? I've heard about HMG internship. Wow. I implore us to register for it probably next year when you job. So HMG internship is an internship that shows you what is really like what a real developer is. So it's an activity that is very strenuous actually, because you get many talented people that you have up to like 12,000 people that are developers and they're only aiming to pick 1,000 people. So the reason I'm just mentioning that internship is that when we are working, like 40,000 people working on a project, how do you want to know the person that wrote this code? How do you want to know the person that wrote this one? So part of the advantages of a partial control system is that it helps us to know who made that change or which changes is done by this person, which features has this person done. So when you make in Git and in Github, when you make a commit, we still talk about that later. When you make a commit you always bear your name and your details. So when you visit a project of a partial control project like a repository, we still talk about that later. So you can see what changes, what did this person do. So that internship, what we used to qualify you that or to reject you and to assist people is that they will look at what did you do. You get? So when they are using a local something like they are not using something like this, it will be very hard because it's not possible for even 100 people to manage 40,000 people and see what they are doing at the same time and to be sure that they are doing something. So this actually helps to know what changes this person made, what feature has this person done, and something like that. So I know some of us have known something like Trello. So do you know something like Trello? Huh? Have you heard about Trello before? Wow. So Trello is like just a system that helps to assign tasks and to manage tasks. Yeah? But with this GitHub and GitHub issues, we're still going to talk about that. It really makes it easy to work on projects and to know how the project is doing. Now, it allows you to reverse any changes and go back to the previous page. You can see I underline this. This is the main thing. Please don't. There are many other advantages and offers that version control system gives us, but please the main reason and the main purpose for version control system to let you refer to any changes. As I said earlier, that make a blue header the first day, green header the second day, and you want to switch back to your blue header. It makes it easy. That's the main advantage, but it offers so many additionals. Yeah. Let's move on. Checking. You check. Okay. So I said we talk a little history of source control. I don't want to bore us, so I only just I go through them. We have source code control system, SCSS. It was developed in 1972 and it is a closed source part of Unix. When we call something closed source, a closed source is a software used by maybe a developer or anyone that is not made open source. Do you get that? It's what I call closed source.
According to what you said, what you do, not open source.
Please let's give me a round of applause. So just let me say opposite definition. That's why I gave it. I said closed source is something that was developed by a developer that it was not made open source. So that will make us know what open source is. Open source is any project. Okay, sorry. Please, we have to acknowledge someone and Mr. is a GitHub campus expert and is sitting behind there. Mr. Taiwo, let's give him a round of applause, please. Okay, I'll move on. So open source is any project or any tool developed by, I can't say it's only developer, but it's usually used in a developer ecosystem. So it's a tool that is developed by developers for free for the community. This GitHub that we are going to talk about is an open source project that they made it, they build it, they invest their time, their stuff into it, and they made it free for everyone. So this source code control system in 1972 was a closed source, like it was not open source. It was not open for everyone. And also the visual control system, it was open source in 1982, and we have concurrent version control system. It was open source also in 1986. Apache suppression, it was open source, and we have Bitkeeper SCM in the year 2000. And this Bitkeeper actually is one of, let me say, it's really trend, though I don't know much about it then also, but according to what I read about it online, people really make use of it because it has a unique feature that is called distributed version control. We are still going to talk about this. Distributed in the sense that normally the way version control system works is that when you have a, let me say this is a PC here with me, and this is another PC here with me. It only allows collaboration to one source. Are you following? This system here, is just like, let me see. Just networking. Let's see the way of networking. It's possible now that I can connect this system to this system to this system. I can connect all systems here. All these systems, they are connected, and that means is what we call internet, right? But the way other version control systems that have been existing before this keeper is the way that you only have only one server. When development guys are here, when you call something server, it's only one thing that is serving everything. It's not that this one can start itself, this system cannot start itself alone, it must only connect to one server. So this distributed version control, what it did was that it allows this system to have its own server, this system to have its own server, this system to have its own server, and to connect together. So it's not that we just have only one source. It makes it like a client and a server, a client and a server, client and a server. That's why we call it distributed version control. So it was free until 2005. Okay, so it was closed source actually, but it was free until 2005. So now, okay, I already explained this. Can you see this diagram now? See, the traditional one that has been used before was that we have a server. So therefore, I will talk about repo later. A server. You can see all these systems, all these pieces, they are connected to only one server. But in a distributed version control, we have the client and the repo. So this client and the repo, you are the developer. The developer are connected like this. Mr. Something here, I'm here, Mr. Boli is here. So we have our own client and we have our own repo. This is our server. But in the traditional one, there's only one system that can connect to a server. You get? Can we proceed? Okay. Let me call on. Bro, what's your name, sir? Your name? Your name, sir? Sam, okay. Can you tell us the difference between the traditional and the distributed version control system? Okay.
You can only connect, it's only one of that will connect.
So central server. Okay.
And the only one that we have is more.
Okay.
But using each developer will have their server.
There's a round of applause for you. Okay, so let's move on. So now, what is Git? We have been talking, and hope you are not bored, sir. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Traditional is just that there's a code online. There's just a small code online that developers have access to. But that is treated like me having a code on my system to get it like working on your account and intelligence and ID. And there's another code elsewhere whereby as we are working on our separate system, we can see the contributing to that code online. You get like the same code on system, and that's another code online. Whereby as you make a contribution on one code, you can push it online. You get it. But traditional is just that the code is online. You can code online. You know it. Bring that contribution only online, but you cannot have some code on their own. Look on their own.
Please round of applause for him. So we're talking about what Git. So Git was created by Linus Torvalds. I don't know if I get the name right. Linus Torvalds in April 2005. Now I have a question, and anyone that got this just it has known. The one was Beekeeper. It was free until when? Wow, everybody got it. Wow, that means that we are following. So I bet that immediately Beekeeper was made closed source. Like, you know, it was free to that. People are using, they just close themselves that this was easy, so you have to pay. So maybe this person now thought, Linus Torvalds now thought that why this thing has been productive, is a productive tool. Why make it closed source? Why do you make it closed source? So maybe then now written and develop his own mechanism for it, and since then it has been used. It's not only Git that is existing as a version control system, but to be clear with us, Git has really grown tremendously. People have been using it tremendously. So it was created by Linus Torvalds in April 2005. It was a replacement for Bitkeeper to manage Linux kernel changes. It was a command line version control program. I guess every one of us know what is called a command line here. You know what command line is?
Yep.
Okay, you don't know what command line is. Okay, are you your system? Okay, let me talk a little about it. A command line, when you have a system, there are two possible ways you can operate a system. You can either use what we call GUI. I've heard about G. You have not heard about G also. G is something that every one of us use every day, but we don't know. There is possible. I said earlier that there are two possible ways that you can operate your system. You can either use a GUI or use a command line. So GUI is called graphical user interface. So when you launch your system and you are able to type your password, it's some code that is running, the software that is running. So it's some code that are running there. So for you to able to type your password and click enter, it's just a GUI. It's not that what you are pressing, but that is not what is running. Like from a web development aspect now, if you have a link or something on your page, is it that stuff that is really linking? Is it not the tag that you are using to your code? You get? So it's a GUI. So that's one way of operating system. But a command line is another way of operating them, and can say that possibly everything you can do with a GUI, you can do it with a command line. But command line was made in a way that it's not everything you can do with your GUI. There are some commands that are meant for administrators. In a normal organization settings like this, let me say you get employed maybe in the next 3 after your special, you get employed by a big tech company. You'll be given a work PC. Like you understand, you'll be given a system PC now. You're giving a system PC. On that system PC, they only give you a restricted permission. They can't just allow you to use that system anyhow. You get me? It will be restricted some way that it's only the administrator of the company that can do some things. Like even in some companies, we want to install any software on the company's PC, you have to contact the administrator. So because of some things like along with your graphical user interface, so that's why we use command line. So it's the command line key. But we thank God for Visual Studio. I think there is this extension now that makes it easy to use a GUI for Git, because when you are doing something on a command line, you are not seeing what you are doing. Just like you are coding in the dark, you are doing things in the dark. But when you are using GUI, you are seeing what you are doing now. But command line, it can be frustrating at times. So there's a big extension now being developed by Visual Studio. If you have Visual Studio, you can install it on your system. It's recommended by Visual Studio actually. So you can use a GUI to use Git essentially. So can we move on? Any question about that? Bro, your name? Samuel. Wow. Samuel. Wow. So can you tell me different way you can operate your PC and okay. Okay. A round of applause. Okay, so let's move on. I said earlier that this is not the only version control system. As you can see, you have Mercurial. I've never heard about it here. I've heard about Mercurial version control. We have suppression, we have passwords. But I know if you are not using Git, people say Gitlab. I mean now, so this one they are not actually popular, but we think, and I always think that is the best. I'm not used this one, but I think it's the best because it has more popularity and is used by many industries and companies. So we think it's the best. Everyone. Okay. So now we'll be diving more into the key concept of Git. Like how many people say, I want to merge this code, I want to commit this code, I want to push, I want to pull it. Like I have my brother here saying, push, what are we pushing, bro? What are we pushing? So we'll be learning all these concepts and we'll be doing a nitty-gritty of them. So let me. Now, I said earlier that we are going to talk about the model that Git uses. There is a two architecture used by other version control systems. I'm very sorry I didn't do this in this slide, but you can check it out online. There is what we call two architecture version control systems. Like I think that only it doesn't have staging. Yeah, I think it doesn't have staging. Your work and your repository. I will explain this. What this means is that you're working. This is your own level, your own developer level. You are working on your project, you are coding, you are doing all this stuff. When you are done, if you remember the example I gave the other time that the first day you want to start a project, and that first day you do something called, you did the blue header of your project. Have you now? And you see like, see, I've coded, I've done the blue header and I love it, it's okay, and I'm done for today. So at that instance, you are done with working. So you move to the next stage, which is staging index. And staging index that when you are done on that day, like I'm done, I want to commit my code. Commit, I think we talk about commit, but just you commit is like adding something, like creating a fashion for something, just something like that. So you have on your working time, you are done with the blue header, and you want to save it. Like you want to play this thing that okay, I'm done for today. You want to tell your fashion control that my GPA, I'm done for today. Let me save the fashion for today. So that's what we call staging. So you now you add your stuff, you add it. So when you add it, you have already saved it. So when you save it, you can now push it to a repository. All this one we are still going to explain when we are doing the practical of it. When we are doing the practical, we are doing this add dot unique on Git, add this file, and you are pushing it. I will if I remember then I will refer back to this. So when you are done that day, that you are done with the project that day, you are done with your blue header, you want to save it, you want to tell your fashion control system like GPA, I'm done for today. That's what we call staging. Do you get? And to stage, you need to add that. Let me say now you have, okay, for your header, you have only one HTML file and you have one CSS file. This will say that I don't know this file. You say that that's what we call on track. Do you get? When you have not added that your file to a Git, to your fashion control system, that's what we call on track files. So Git doesn't know anything about it. That's what we call on track. So when you now add it, you stage it. That's when Git already knows about that. This file is what you did today. This will automatically add the date that you did it to. Do you get? Can we proceed? It's something I call this. Okay, so yeah. Can you explain what staging is? Oh, I'm asking you guys, I'm sorry, okay. Use that please.
I think staging index is after we finish our work like let me just skip this. So anytime I come back I can show
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. A round of applause. Okay, so let's move on. So the key concept I was talking about commit the other time. I say commit. Commit is the act of creating a snapshot. Is that of creating a snapshot? You know, I said the other time that let me say today now you are done with that blue header and you say I want to tell my fashion control system that today I'm done with this blue header and I don't wish like doing anything again. So you tell you save it. After you save it, you now commit it. Commit in the sense that Commit in the sense that you, hello, please, are you here? Let us be distracted, please. So commit in the sense that you tell your system that, okay, this is what I did today. And maybe now, let me say, look, when you are done that day, you know that it's there that you did. Let me say you have not been coding for, you have been coding for 400 consecutive days. And you want to go back to that leader. Just let's review it. How can you go back? You know, you have been working, you work today, you did leader today, tomorrow, maybe you did the number. So next tomorrow, you do the footer. Like that for almost 400 days. Now see that you change your header, that's your leader, maybe in the 300 days of your coding. Now change that leader to let me say, you change a grader. You will not want to go back to that first grader that you did. I know the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4. How do you think that, like, I know everyone can just guess here. How do you think your code, your packet control system can still, easily you can still go back to that first day code after the 400 days? Anyone? Let's do it, please. Okay. You can search for it. What can you search for it? The date. Wow. Wow. Please round of applause. Yeah, so them. So actually, she's right, but there is no intuitive way you can do that. The way you can do that is that you can. What is that? Short. Okay, what is the short? Day, the name. But you are the only one working on the project. You are saying name. You are the only one working on the project. No, the same thing as this. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we are asking also now. That's what you have already done so many works, and once you get the code, your code for that day, like that blue that you don't want to write it again. You have changed the blue and you have done so many work for like 400 days. And you don't want to go back. Let me say, you know, like you're going to do blue that. Let me say now, you have created a new version of an application. You have already completed it. In your 400 days, you have already completed everything in 100 days. But now realize that there's something that if you continue, you are not starting the game for the next 100 days, another version of the application, entire version, very different. Now you realize that the first version that you did is even okay than the version you just did. You know, it's not making sense for you to start again with 100 days, do the first version. It should be, you feel bored, you get now. So you don't want to go back to that when you completed it in the 100 days. You get. So if you say name now, as you said, if you say name, you're really not working on the project. Your name will be everything that will be there. But this, as you mentioned, is okay, but there's another way that is more better, and that's why commit is very important. When you are done, the first day you are done with your code, with your work, and you add it to the repository. Sorry, you save it. You test Gitlab that okay, this file is what I did today. You save it. Commit is what you can use to add that okay, this I did do either today. Are you following? You are not following, no. Bro, what I say now? Commit is what? No. Sir? Looking, thank you. A round of applause, please. Wow, I love that. Like making a comment. Yeah, we are developers and we know what commenting is. Or is there anybody that doesn't know what commenting is here? Great, that's awesome. So now let me say in your code, you are done with maybe the navbar. I want to use the filter. Then you can put a comment that filter code. I do now. So when you are done that day that you are done with the blue header, you can commit that the first day that okay, what I did today, I did the blue header today. So let me say after 999,000 days, you now want to go back, you can go through your commit and start. I remember, yeah, my commit was that I did a deal that, you know, it's quite memorable. But like this now, you might not even remember. You know, most of our new developers, when you work on project today, maybe the other project is working on, you need to be there next month. So you might not remember the date. This date. But when you use a commit to answer, yes, now you know that I'm doing, that I want to go back to. And you know that this is what, that's why commit is very, very essential. I'll just, I have a brother here. When you always make his own commit like this, you shall not do. So please, the best part is that let your commit message be meaningful. Don't just try to push shall not do. Imagine you want to go back to that code that you did that day. You might remember that that's what you need now. You bet. But let it be specific. No, it's everyone. It's not only the person I'm making. At times when you is disturbing you. And you'll be making commit every time. Just write done. That's why it's done. Every time. But the best part is that what you did that day, what you have done that day, just look at it. Just look at the value of everything and let it be the commit code. So commit for the message of the commit, so that when you want to refer back to that code, it will be very, very easy for you. Any question at this point? So can we move on? So now, let it be a know-how if I committed code. Like I just made a new commit of the new header or something like that. Essentially, a project is made up of a bunch of commits. Yeah, that's it. It's made up of a bunch of commits. I mentioned something earlier that HNG internship, that like an internship for developers that many people are working at the same time. So you can start your Gitlab by your commit. You get. So let's move on. Hope you are not bored. Are we enjoying the class? Okay. So key concept again, commit. Commit contains pieces of information. It contains information about how the files change from previously, and in reference to the commit that came before it, called the parent commit. Here, when we are doing the practical hands-on lab, if we could get there, I'm going to do an explanation of that, like how it's easy for you that maybe now, let me say you are in your 400 days of your coding, and you want to see, I said something like that in 100 days, you have already completed the whole portion of the application. You now want to go back to that 100 days. You want to see everything that you have done. And that's the purpose of partial control system, to make it easy that you can go back to your code area. So there's something that we call checkout. So you can just check out to a commit that, okay, in this 100 days, I don't want to affect my present code, my present 100 days of code. I want to go back to that 100 days and I want to see what I've done that day. Do you get? Are you following? So you can easily check out that, okay, let me see what I did, everything. What if I'm affecting these changes, let me see some things that I can add to it. So this makes it easy for that. So this normally how a commit code looks like. When you commit, this will generate something like this, like an ID. I can call it ID for your commit. It's a very long numbers, like stuff like this. Do you get? Can we move on? Any question at this point? Okay. So another key concept is repository. When Mr. Taiwo talks about having a traditional partial control system and a distributed partial control system, we were talking about having an online something that every one of us, as we are working like this, we have an online that is on the cloud that he can put his code there. This brother can put his code. That brother can put his code. Every one of us here can put our code. Yes. So that's what we call a repository. Are you following? Can we proceed? Okay. So normally in the traditional, you said you only have one server, like a repo, essential repo that it's not possible for you, this brother, to have his own repo. You can only have one central repo. But so Git, okay, I still have to ask question. But is Git a traditional partial control system or a distributed partial control system? Eh? Wow. Why is it distributed? Eh? Great. Please. I hand over plus one. So as I said, the distributed, you have your own server, like I am now. We talk about what we call local repository and the online repository. The local repository says that is a server that's on my own system. I can be saving my code, I can be doing everything on my own code here. Whereas this brother, it can be having changes on his own server also, like it can be having changes of his code on his own system. This person can do the same thing. You get? So when everyone of us say maybe we are done with the particular task, you can easily push it to the main central one, which is the online repository. So repo, like we don't have people talk about repository, but we often hear people talk about repo. So the meaning of repo is a repository. That's the meaning of it, is a repository. And it's a collection of all the files and the history of those files. So everything that you have been doing, maybe you have been doing you committed today, your 400 days, everything is saved in the repository. All the 400 days of code that you have been doing, the day you did the blue header, you did the green header, everything will be saved in the repository. And I'm going to see it. Okay. It can live, I think I've already talked about this. It can live on a local machine because this is distributed. You can have your repository on your local stuff that everything that will go for 400 days. It can be on your system. You can go back to it on your system without having to go to the internet. But it looks horrible at times that everything that you have been doing is on your system, and let me say now your system crash after the 400 days, maybe 319 days, the system crash, and maybe the hard disk destroyed and the RAM doesn't work again. You can't just on the system again. Everything is gone. But it's better that as you have the local repository also, you are pushing everything to your online repository so that your code, your project is independent of your system. So that's why you see in technology, in tech, you see many people talk about remote work. How many of us don't like remote work here? Is there anybody that does not like remote work? Everybody loves remote work, but how does remote work, how is it done in technology, in tech, like as a developer? What skill do you need to have a remote work? You have to know the knowledge of partial control before you can work remotely. Imagine now, the person that employed you, a student, the person that employed you is in Lagos. And once in that company, the company is based in Lagos, they employ you remotely to work remotely. Another person that they employ is in Abeokuta. And you don't have to come together to a place like this so to work on the project. To work remotely, I can be doing my own code, I can be working on the task that they give me, maybe I should do all the front end, and the person is to do all the back end. I can be anywhere I am, and they create a repository for me. After creating a repository, they give me access to that repository. When I'm done with my work, I push it there. When the back end guy is done with his work, he push it there, and the company sees it. So if you wish, like you want to work remotely, you don't want like a solar job, like a normal job like this, or coming to a physical place to work, and you want to work remotely, this thing you must know very well. Partial control system is very, very important because there's no how you can work without it. I gave an introduction every time that imagine we are working, you want to work on a project and you have to be using flash drive to transfer codes. You will be taking your flash drive and system to Lagos. It doesn't make sense now, Abi. And that's not remote work again now. If you get to that place, not remote work that will come after Abi now. So they say that if you can have your own local repository here and you can have the online repository. The act of copying a repository from a remote server is called cloning. Now, I think now it should be take some things now. You should have been learning some terminologies now. Okay. So I'm not called you. Bro, like tell me one terminologies of Git that you've learned. Don't mention anything here. Commit, wow, a round of applause for you. Okay, let me ask another person, Peter. Let me? Yeah. Blessing, okay. No. Try again. Close source. No, not really. Sorry. Okay. Sister, okay, I called you earlier, right? Have I called you earlier? No, okay. Huh? No, wow. It's wow. Yeah, she just tried. So please. No working. I just it's not actually a deep term of it's not actually working in the sense that I'm just trying to make it easy for us to understand the tree architecture that when you are on your system and you are done with what you are doing, that's why I called working. But Mr. Agosta, please, yeah. So can we move on? So I think if you have learned about repository now, if you have learned about committing your code, okay, we have not talked about pushing, okay, we are going there. Okay, sorry, I didn't explain this. So cloning from a root server allows things to work there. What do we call cloning? Cloning is that cloning, like the way we work cloning is English words, there's no, yeah. Cloning editing, yeah, you do clone now. Yes, I'm very sure. And in Photoshop, there's cloning. So anybody with the idea, like, who can tell us what cloning is? Oh yeah, no. Great. This is another one. Let's round of applause. So cloning is like replicating something. Like as Mr. Pepper is answering like this. If I want to clone you, I have to make something hands-on, something like him. So cloning in the time of okay. So cloning. I checking with you. Check. And voice. Okay. So cloning is making a copy. Now I said something that imagine that you got a remote work and you want to work on a project remotely. You have to go to the physical work, like the physical place of work. So let me now say that those companies, they have other developers that have been working on that same project. They now want to bring you up for the project to also continue the work. They are already working now. So clearly that they already have a repository they be using. They are already working. Maybe they see that the developers are not enough, so they need more API. They now brought you up. So what you will do is that they will give you access to the repository and you will clone it. So you copy it. So that's what we call cloning. Every of the things I said, these are overview, and we are going to do the hands-on lab if the time permits. But I think we are understanding everything. If we just go straight to everything, we might not understand what we are doing at that moment. Or are we bored? Yes, sir. Yes. You are bored. Should we go to the command line? We can go. So can we move on? So if you can't get to the hands-on lab, I'm very sure that if you can just get something, a little resources, I'm very sure with the way you have been explaining, you'll be able to understand everything. You get, now you understand what is repository, you understand what is cloning, you understand what is commit, something like that. So let's move on. So the process of downloading commit that doesn't exist on your machine from a reboot repository is called pulling changes. Now let me say, after I've cloned the organization repository, And I only did a little work today. I did a little work today. You know, let me say I created the repository today, and someone else in Abuja that is also working on the same project did same work immediately after I closed. Let's say I closed my repository by 10 o'clock a.m. and the person worked and he pushed. I'll talk about that. Okay, it's the next thing. Yeah, I can talk about push now. So the person pushed his work. What he did today, he pushed it to that repository. You know, I closed my own repository by 10 a.m. Like, how do you feel that my whole repository can be updated with what is on the internet? Anyone? I'm not saying that this thing was on the screen. Just like another way. How can you update something on your PC? How can you update it? Yes, how can you? Yes. No.
But actually downloaded it.
Hey, thank you. Download the changes. That's the So, you know, there's something that I call synchronization. Every one of us use it now. Like if you are using Chrome and you are using Chrome on your PC, you know, at times when you say bookmark, once you bookmark on your phone, it will automatically bookmark it on your system also. Anytime it becomes online. I do now. So there's a way Gitlab synchronize, but Gitlab will not act on your behalf. You know, synchronization is automatic. I do now. When I say something on my bookmark, when I bookmark something on my phone, code on my phone, whenever I come online on my system, it will automatically synchronize that change that what is on my system, what's on my phone is also on my system. Maybe I added a bookmark on my system. What is on my system is also on my phone. That's what called synchronization. But that one is automatic. But this one will not do it automatically for you. The only thing, what you do is what we call pulling. You know, those who have done, they are not really huge terminologies like that. They are simple words that you can understand. Whenever you have a repository that it has more work than your own system repository that you have closed, you pull it. Just imagine that I have something up here. You know, every one of us, like if you are a repository now, you are connected to the cloud. You have something on the cloud. And my system does not have that thing. What I need to do now, I can pull it now. Do that. So now, let me say now, your system, maybe you have not done much work. You have done something more than what was on the cloud. What do? You push. Are you playing? You get it? So you push. And when you want to get something from the cloud, you pull. Are you going? Yes. Another key concept is a snapshot. Now, spend more time on this. When I said that, I've already mentioned this. Does anybody have the idea of what snapshot is? Snapshot. Commit, but there's one word. No, there's one word for you. Thank you, Stephen then. So when you stage, your changes, this of your Git creates a snapshot for it. So let's move on. And so one thing I need to talk about again is that Git doesn't synchronize itself. It gives you the access, like it will do it on your behalf. You have to do it yourself. You know, because there's something called conflict. I didn't think because I'm saying that it should be out of the scope of this. Because this is just an introduction to Git and Github. So I won't actually talk much about conflict. Because something conflict, am I permitted to proceed with it? I don't want us to I don't want to confuse us. Can I talk about it? Okay, let's spend more time on it. Let me say now that on a page, on the index HTML of a file, Mr. Tokman, he wrote header on line 13. We create the repository at the same time. This get this illustration. We claim the repository. You understand what we call claiming now? We copy the repository from online at the same time. Line 13 of index.html, Mr. Topper put p tag. You know p tag now? And now I also come to that line 13, the same line 13, and I put h1. I push my home. No, my home is that's mandated on the server. Mr. Topper now wants to push his own. And this is now looking at, brother, why? If your fellow brother did h1 tag on line 13, and you did p tag, you now see that Mr. Topper, which one should I accept? Should I accept the one this guy did? Or should I accept your own? So, now, yeah, I just want to say what's called incoming changes and current change. The incoming changes is what I did, as I've already pushed. Now, I'm the person I pushed the server. And if you did something on that same night, I say, this is the answer that should I accept incoming changes? That is, I've already pushed the server now. What is coming in there? Or should I accept your own current change? So the conflict is what, like, when you are on the same data line, there's some tag like this, like just I think apostrophe or right tag like that. So conflict is just that you work on the same thing with your fellow collaborator, and this cannot distinguish between which one is right and which one is not right. Now let me ask you a more intuitive question. How can you avoid commit? How can you avoid conflict rather? Anyone? Eh? Yeah. Oh yeah. No. It's something you can think of. Don't you understand the way of that conflict now? You understand the way of conflict now? How can you avoid it?
So we have to give us like the kind of assign a particular portion of the conflict.
A round of applause for him. So that's why it's better that we talk about something called Gitlab issues, but we won't go into that, so that we won't go out of the scope of the class. So it's better that you assign tasks to this person that please only work on this set of 5. Really work on this set of 5. Because imagine, I'm just using that one example that I think. Imagine I wrote 500 lines. The same place, you also wrote 500 lines. Those things will be quite, to resolve the conflict, it will be quite demanding. You get, so it's better, the way to avoid conflict is that you segregate tasks. Let's move on. Okay, branches. The way GitHub works is Git. Hope you are not bored.
Yeah, but
You can use them, that's not bored. Yeah, that was longer. Okay, so let's move on. The way Git works is that it works like a tree. It works like a tree. Let me say you have a tree here. I know we call it a partial control system. It's possible that what you did for your first 400 days, you put it on a branch of a tree. That tree is your repository. Just see that tree as a repository. On a branch, you can have the work you did 200 days. Another work you did 200 for the next 200 days. You can have it on another branch so that you can easily go to that stuff. So we spend more time on that. Do you understand that? If you recap, okay. The way this work is that it works like just 3 branches and just like a tree with many branches. You can create many branches as you like. You can create one branch. So maybe after your 200 days, let's see that, wow, this is the passion, one of my projects. Put it to one tree. You can put that one to one tree. Another one, you can say, okay, maybe after 300 days, you already have another part of the project. Put to another branch of the tree so that your code will not be competing each other. So the main branch, actually this has been changed to main, if I'm right. Am I right, sir? Sir, I think master has been changed to main.
Yes.
So GitHub changed that. Is it Git or GitHub? It's GitHub that changed. So normally the master branch is that the branch that contains the most recent or the most deployable stage of your code, like the present stage of your project that can go into production. That's branch. It's not compulsory, but that's the terminology used. I think it's Gitlab that I show you to me now, not master. Okay, let's move on. So at this point, let's install Git. And I don't know anyone is using Linux here. Is anyone using Linux? No. Linux. But I can meet you. So if you are using Linux, just go to this. And you should have the this stuff because anyone using this? Okay. Okay. Wow, nice question. This is that one speaker for that. I've been mentioning all these things. You can still use me, like seriously. Okay. Alright, so can we move on? I don't think we are going to do the course of time. Might not get to the practical, but if possible, maybe next time or next year, or we can give us resources. I think there should be a resources there that you can. No, there is no. Okay, we are going to share the URL with us so you can continue to think. This is the main concept of using Git and GitHub. So you can download on the Windows. Just check the cheat sheet. So you see the windows.github.com or Git yeah. But this one is for all platforms actually. This Git So you see it on the Git sheet there. So now this will ask the question now that what is the difference between Git and GitHub? Yeah, it's a good question. Now, yeah, I have a question for everyone, and the question is that is it only Git that we have as a partial control system? No. Mentioned one is not Mercuria. Wow. I don't mention no. A speaker. No, wait, have you connected? No. Yeah. Wait, please, you're only limited to 3 speakers the most. 3 speakers the most. Please notice, Mr. Money, you are only limited to 3 speakers, please. So someone will just take all the whole stuff. Is there anyone you are not? Bro. Sorry, you are not. Your name, sir? Huh? Okay, Mr. Gabriel. Is it only Git that we have as a partial control system? Okay. Can you mention another one? No. Okay. So that's what you also remember. No, okay. Wow, you get it. Okay, we're not going to this. That's the last one. So another person, just one more. Okay. Subversion, great. Please. Great. So, as I said, like this is not only the partial control system, and we think that is the best, right? Us is popular and is used widely by most companies and firms. So now, same thing as GitHub. Hello, please let's listen. Same thing as GitHub. Now, we have been talking about something the other time that it's possible that as you have a local server here, you also have a central server. GitHub is what makes it easy for you to have your own central server. Do you get that? So, you don't get it. So, let me simplify that. GitHub is the house of Git. Not only the house of Git, but it houses Git. Or your whole central server, like your own online repository. So it is the out of version control system. Better put. Do you get that? Do you get that? Okay. So can use the website www.github.com is the largest web-based Git repository hosting service. So we said it earlier that now I'll be very back to this because that's one of the key concepts you have to understand about Git. You can differentiate between traditional and distributed. We have talked about so many times. You have I not called I called Damnola, right? I called that. Yeah. Okay, Damnola no. Traditional and distributed version control system. Okay. Great, awesome. Yeah, she's right. Do you get that again? So, you said that you can have your own local repository, you can have your own local server on your system, right? But it will be awkward that your system crashes tomorrow and what you have been working on for 5 years just go like that. Like you can't recover the system. So why not have a central and online that is hosted on cloud that you are independent on your system? It's quite easy. Like you have a system to like you are using this system and you travel somewhere, you didn't go with your system. You can continue your project there when you have pushed your changes to the online repository. So when you get to another place and you get another system, you can close the repository and continue your work. So you are independent of your gadgets. So that's what GitHub, that's the main objective of GitHub, to have the web-based Git repository hosting service, aka the remote repository. Yeah. The remote is one thing you can control, allow for code collaboration with anyone online. When we talk about that also, version control system makes it easy for us to have collaboration. So that's where GitHub comes into play. Add extra functionality on top of Git. Yeah. No, I said earlier that the main thing that Git does that it makes you to be fast back to your changes. But what adds extra functionality like collaboration, sorting your commits, getting all these things on remote work and having everyone on the same repository is GitHub. So you can work on the same thing and push it online. This guy can work on something and push it online. So you have a collaborative development. So let's move on. So this is just the illustration. This is my own local repository, this is John's local repository, and this is Matt's local repository. He has already done his working, he saved it, he commits his own local repository. Like he's on his own local repository, everything that is in local repository, he pushes it to the central server. This man, John's local repository is done, he has done his own repository, he pushes it. And when this one is done, he wanted to see the changes of this one, he pushed. I need to be diagram. I'm done with my own, I push it. When this one is done, I pull it. Same thing here, he push. And this one is done, he pull it. You get it? So let's move on. So it was launched in 2008. Another question here. When was, please don't not correct answer. When was Git launched and when was Git launched? Okay. You have collected a bit that. Well, just one. Just two. Please, you're honest. No, not correct answer, please. Not correct. Yeah. 2005, no. Why correct answer now? This girl. Don't give him the area. Very correct. Give this girl, please. So and where was this launched? You have already collected them. Next speaker, winner. and the color. So let's move on. So the most popular Git host. Look, I put it in here that not the only one. We have others, like we have Purpose, we have suppression for Git. We also have Gitlab, we have Git bucket. Do you get Git bucket? I think I've used Gitlab for and I think I don't know. Many industries also use Gitlab to use their private repository. It works seriously like the same thing with Git. Just put yourself, see the stuff, see all your code, you pull it. You don't know when you have one version of Git, you know Git, you can use it in this one, maybe Gitlab, maybe big bucket, maybe Github. So just one knowledge of it, you don't have to learn another thing again. The same command. So allow them to collaborate. I want to mention that. Please to start is see. I said is what? Yeah. Wow, great. So if you have already started with this now, you might not really enjoy this. So this command, this clone. I already mentioned a cloning now. You know what cloning is now. So the URL of the repository, just add this clone. You must add this to spell your system. Come to the command line. I mentioned command line. So this is how the command line always looks like. And type CMD on your Windows and you see command prompt. So when you start it, you do something like this. So you start it as a user level and you type this clone, the URL. So to clone as a repository. So this is the way it normally looks like. So to link, maybe now you are the one that started the project. You started the project on your system. You started with your own local repository. Now it's pushed to online. So the way you can do is that you add some commands you have to do. So that's why I don't want us to start with all this because if you look bored. So this remote add this stuff. So this remote add maybe -u. That's the upstream. Upstream is like, you know, the other of us know what is called waterfall now. You know waterfall. So, now waterfall. Even if you are not being there, you can imagine that the waterfall like this. So you can also call your cloud stuff, your cloud repository, your upstream. Water moves down a bit, so your code moves from the upstream down to your local stuff. So no, when you started your local repository, you cannot push to it because you don't have upstream yet. I don't know. So this is how you type git remove add -u the upstream, the origin. That's the central repository and the URL. So maybe from GitHub, from Bitbucket, or from Gitlab. So this establishes a connection. No files are added. It's not an identifier, just tell that okay, this is the central repository. Yeah? You have to create on GitHub. Yeah, because before you can get a URL, you must have created it now. You get. So yes, you may have more than one remote link. Yeah, I know what you don't know is that you can have many upstream. Yeah, the first time I started using Gitlab, I think it was this year now. I don't know Gitlab. I don't know how to use Gitlab then. So what I did was that I added my upstream to the GitHub, and later I added another. What you call that means something. When you write git remove add -u origin, that origin is the name of your upstream. So when I did that, I already git remove add -u origin. I did the normal way I use GitHub. Then I read online, how can I use my Gitlab? So I now changed the name. I have git remove add -u, and I call it, I think I called it remove. And I put the URL of Gitlab. So you can have more than one remove. Like you can have more than one central repository. But I don't see this size. Is it possible to have only more than one local repository at the same working directory? I don't think it's possible. It's not possible. But you can have more than one remove, and you can be pushing your code to any way that you like. Do you get that? So push. So we are going to talk about pushing now. So this is how you push. You push to the branch, maybe the I talk about master, name, branches with your time. The branch and the alias of the branch and the push origin. So the central repository are repository. Where I think I have many repository. So you can put the push, maybe the origin, or the remote repository, and the branch name, maybe the master. You want to give to the master to maybe the main or anything. This is how it is. This is the command. You do that. Searching from the repository. Searching is just that searching is quite different from pulling. When you search, you are only think of it like, but don't think of it like fetching water. Think of it like fetching up. So when you search, that stuff, that code, you only search it, is saved in your local repository, but it will not be added to your local repository. But when you pull this keeping, it will fetch your code and it will merge it. Merging is just that you are merging a central repository to your own local repository. But fetching is that you fetch from that local repository and you save it somewhere. Now you can later merge it with your own local repository. Now because Git is distributed. You know that your own repo, when you fetch, you only fetch from that server. When you now merge it, when you write Git pull a name, it will do the base, it will fetch it and it will merge it. You get so collaboration into our collaboration. So collaboration is quite easy. On GitHub, just create your repository, go to the settings, you will see something like this, the collaborators add. I think this is the old interface. Add now that GitHub has a new interface here. So you only put the email. So now we are going to be adding every one of us to DSL Tech GitHub repository. Okay. So just get your email to him. We add you there. Okay. So there's something, even just talk about the velocity, there's something called GitHub G. And I know everyone that knows about GitHub G. At times when you want to, maybe you want to apply for internship as a student for projects, and you have a project that you have worked on and you didn't make it public, you only make it private, and you want to share with that company that this is what I did. But you know, you don't want to make it public that people can just take your code and just make it of it. So you can put your code on GitHub Git and share that URL with companies. So that company, they'll be able to see your code and they will only be possible to them. Maybe you make it unlisted or something like that. And I think most of us, you do read Medium posts now. If you have read Medium technical schools, at times when you are reading those articles, you see something like a small, like a raw code that is embedded. I think most of them, they do use GitHub Git for it. So I think that's basically all. Actually, the next thing we should start doing is to do some practical, but I think we've already exhausted the time. Thank you. Any question from anyone? Any question? Huh? Wow. Git? I think you can check online. I don't think it's just a name, not an acronym. Are you? Campus is part, am I right? It's not an acronym. I think that's the name. Any other question? Okay.
So, because we have open source and closed source the other time, let's take an example for our applications that we're using. We're using WhatsApp and we about Telegram. WhatsApp is closed source. Why? Because we cannot access the code which is used to write WhatsApp. The application is open source. Telegram is open source. Why? Because everyone there can use the application. Even JavaScript is open source. Because it's no code and they are not using the code for the schedule. They don't use the code. Anybody can go there and call so let's add this feature to the JavaScript. So that's the difference between open source and closed source. So almost everything we are using is open source. We have to give the app, Vue.js, all these frameworks are open source. Because they were initially used by React or used by Symfony. So you can tell that you don't want to use it. But now they make it open source for everybody to use. So you can tell that I want to learn something like React and just
Any other question? Thank you. We appreciate. Round of applause for him, please. Any question? Any other question? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yes, I think we don't have the link here, but we can send them to everyone. Everyone on the WhatsApp group now. So several VSC come. So not everybody. If you are not there, please contact Mr. Fidelis. Mr. Fidelis, please. Everyone is on the group can add them. So, is that all? Any addition, subtraction, or anything? Okay, thank you.